Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is Muhammad Hazrul Kushairi and today my group would like to present about occupational safety and health. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce to my team members. First of all is me, Muhammad Hazrul Kushairi, Muhammad Nazmi, followed by Arif Awang Abdul Rahman and Syahrul Anwar Muhammad Yusli. And next is Siti Nur Awanis Anwar and lastly Siti Nur Zarifah Muhammad Amin. Here are some of the introduction about the company. Okay, the name of the company is Yunhua Metal Works Sendian Berhad. It is the fraction of Yunfat Construction Sendian Berhad subsidiaries and it was established in year 1985. This company is specialist on steel fabrication and it was located at Taman Mount Austin, Johor Bahru, Johor. Here are some of the main activities that the company do. Okay, firstly is they provide steel structure engineering service. And second one is they design accessories for buildings and they also build trusses for the building. And lastly, they make metal work process such as hand railing. As you can see beside here are some of their work that they had done. Firstly, is the building truss for the building and the hand railing. Okay. So next one, I would like to pass to my other group member.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am Siti Nur Awanis. I will present on Part A, Occupational Safety and Health Practice Identification. So on this subtopic, I will present on facilities that comply with OSHA, facility to prevent hazard, safety equipment and PPE, and also example of safety checklist. Under the facility that comply with OSHA, there is two areas that compile with the regulation of OSHA. The first one is vested steel structure area and the second one is operation area. For the vested structure area, the regulation of OSHA is under section 15 to E where the provision and maintenance of the working environment are practicable and safe without giving the risk to the health and adequate for the work. And then for the second one is operation area. It undergoes two regulation OSHA which is under section 15 to B and section 17.1. Under the section 15 to B, it indicates where every employee and the staff employed must ensure that arrangement in operation and handling of the plant must be in safety and absent of risk towards the workers and citizens. For the section 17.1, every employee and staff employed should conduct his undertaking in a such manner to ensure that they are not exposed to the safety and health risks. This is for the facilities to prevent hazard and the safety equipment. So under the observation, there are three facilities that should be exist in the company. The first one is emergency assembly area, second one is smoking area, and the third one is designated walkways area. For emergency assembly area is for emergency evacuations, and smoking area should be separate from the working area and must not be entered during the working hour. And then for designated walkway area, it indicates that it is separate the passage between the people and vehicles. And for the safety equipment, fire extinguisher is used to control small fire during emergency situations. And then for the fire alarm system, it activated automatically or manually. And then for the safety signs, there is six main safety signs, which is the first one is prohibition sign, which is we can't do that. So it is basically in a red color. And then for the second one is a mandatory. Basically, it is in a blue color. And then the third one is a danger sign. It indicates in the red and black colors. And warning signs in the yellow colors. Emergency information sign basically for the safety, so it is in the green colors. And then for the fire sign, basically for fire equipment, so it basically sign in a red and white. So this is a personal protective equipment (PPE). So PPE is basically to avoid any possible of danger, injuries that can cause towards the workers. And according to the DOSH, there are standard PPE that is shown in the slide, which is for there is a two PPE for general workers, and then the second one is for the welders. So for the general workers, basically for we must use the protective boot, safety glove, ear mask, earwear, and etc. And then for the PPE for welder, there is some personal protective equipment such as a welding helmet and then dust mask and then safety glasses. This is the safety checklist, example of the safety checklist. For the workplace safety checklist, there is some general in safety checklist, and then there is also construction site health and safety audit template, which is being used before the company went to the site. I think that's all, and then I will pass to my group member.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. I am Siti Norzarifa binti Muhammad Amir, and for today I would like to present part B, which is the hazards that may occur at workplace and also its preventions. Okay, so for hazard is often associated with condition or activity that is left uncontrolled or may result for any injury or illness. And for the risk is a type of measurement and evaluation that is done on the hazard that take place to determine the severity of the hazard that occur. Example of the hazard is such as the exploding tank or any leakage, and both of these hazard and also risk are related to each other, as the higher the hazard, it means the higher the severity of the accident that take place on the workplace. So hazards that may occur at workplace, such as chemical hazard, physical hazard, safety hazard, mechanical hazard, and also ergonomic risk factor hazard. So ergonomic risk factor hazard may influence the person, such as when they try to lift a heavy load and it will affect their back, which may indicate that the back pain that may affect their body. So chemical hazard, the chemical hazard consists of harmful substance that may affect human health, such as lead, plumbum, and also acidic substance. So when human been exposed to this substance for a long period of time, it can be deadly for them. And some of the substances may be dangerous when being inhaled, and some can be harmful for them when they were being touched or contact. So for the safety hazard refers to unsafe working environment that cause harm to the human being. So this kind of hazard is common hazard that can be found on most of the workplace, such as the unguarded machinery that are moving, and when the worker may accidentally touch it, or the workers may be tripping due to cords on the floor. So next for the physical hazard that may cause harm due to contact, such as electric shock, falls from height, explosions, and even fire. So for the fourth one, which is the mechanical hazard occur as a result of machine that being powered or manually by the human that utilize the machine, such as the entanglement. When the worker's clothes being tangled and trapped inside the machine, it might be harmful for them because they might be sucked up inside the machine. The second one, the crushing, when the workers will be getting hit by the forklift and impact, which is the workers may be hit by parts that were accidentally ejected from the machine. So, when the hazards occur, a prevention methods need to be employed. So the first one is the employer need to make sure all the workers were wearing a correct PPE, which is the personal protective equipment, when they doing their job, such as wearing the safety helmet or safety harness when they went to a higher place. The second one, they have to make sure that all the machines are being handled by person that have competency. And the third one, when they have to avoid being under the load when it involves over the head, such as the crane lifting load. And the last one, always keep some distance when they're working with heavy machinery. And I think that's all from me. I will pass it to my team members.
Hi, my name is Shahrul, and I would like to present about emergency procedure. This is the procedure and activities need to be carried out during cases of emergency, injury, accident, or incident that has been occur on site or workshop. When the accident occur, the first thing we need to do is identify either the accident is work related or not. Next step, we need to inform the supervisor in the charge during the day. Then the supervisor need to decide the severity of the injury, either it is critical or minor injury. If the accident is involved to minor injury, the supervisor needs to send the employee to the nearest clinic or the hospital. Then the employees get the medical result and treatment from the clinic or the hospital. After that, the employee need to have a rest. Furthermore, if the accident is involved to critical injury, the supervisor will call an ambulance to send the employee to the nearest hospital. Then the employee gets the medical result and treatment from the hospital. Moving on to the next step, the supervisor need to make a report about company incident, and then they need to make a police report. After that, the company needs to send a report by using JKKP6 form and JKKP9 form to Dodge, depending on the severity of the incident. When the JKKP9 form are submitted to Dodge, it must include the JKKP6 form. JKKP9 form usually submitted when the employee was granted for more than 4 days of medical leave. Once the form are submitted, Dodge will come and make a proper investigation about the incident. It is important to keep the record, then it will be the end of the process. This is the emergency plan at the workshop. As you can see, while the incident happened, the employee must follow the sign of the emergency plan to reach the assembly area. And this is the safest way. From this plan, employee also know the placement of the fire extinguisher so that they can make an action if the emergency is fire-related situations. This is an example of JKKP 6 form. It is the simple report for incident to send to Dodge, while on the right side, it is the JKKP 9 form. At the JKKP 9 form, there is an investigating form, data for accident, and information for an accident. That's all from me. Now I would like to pass to Mr. Arif.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Arif and I will be presenting on the Occupational Safety and Health Management System. So first of all, we will start with the daily routine. First, the workers, when they arrive at the workshop, they will turn on the power. And after that, they will do the routine morning cleaning, which they will be cleaning anything that they have missed from yesterday's cleaning. After that, they will sort the tools. After sorting the tools, they will continue their work as normal. After their work, before they close up for the night, they will clean the workshop and sort the tools back to their location. And after they have cleaned all the tools and all the excess clutter, they will turn off the power. Turning off the power will function as a deterrent to avoid any hazards that might have caused from a worker forgetting to turn off any machinery. In this slide, we can see that the floor is clear in the morning before they start their work, and the bottom picture, we can see that the floor is a little bit cluttered before closing the shop. Next is the tools, machine, and equipment quick inspection. The workers need to inspect the tools to ensure that they are in a good condition. The machinery are checked to ensure that there are no damages, and they also check the wires of the machinery to ensure that there are no exposed wires that could cause electrocution to the workers, and they also sort the tools and equipment for use. And this is the OSH documents. On the left, you can see the risk assessment form. This can be obtained from the Department of Safety and Health Malaysia, and it should be filled by the workshop manager in order to identify and also minimize the hazards that could be present in the workshop. The safety committee that oversees the workshop is Johor Bahru City Council. They will inspect the workshop and also the safety of the workshop to ensure that the workshop complies with the regulations of Malaysia's law. This slide, we can see the safety practices when using some tools. This slide shows two examples of the tools and machinery that are present in the workshop. On the left, we can see the safety practices when using a grinder, and also safety practices when using and operating a forklift on the right. Next is the application of the PPE. As you can see in the pictures, the workers in this workshop uses their PPE properly. As you can see, the welder uses the welding helmet to avoid eye damage. He also wears leather gloves when welding. In the middle, you can see the worker is wearing safety glasses when handling a hand grinder. That is all for me. I will pass back to the team leader for the conclusion. Thank you very much.
So that's all from our mini project assignment about safety and occupational health. Some of the main objective about this assignment is to relate theories of OSHA and communicate effectively on complex engineering activities with the engineering community had been achieved, and our group member understand and can relate about the OSH regulation and act. So thank you.